Mermaid Tail Towel. This is a great gift for any little one you have in mind, or a granddaughter, or even a niece. This is an 11 simple step tutorial that has been broken down that shows each process for beginners. I hope you will enjoy this tutorial as much as I do. And so now, let's get materials we are going to use for this project include a giant roll of paper, a tape measure, some fabric scissors, a pen and pencil, a sewing machine, about a medium spool of thread. You're also going to need 2 meters of one color of towel fabric and 1 meter of a light color of towel fabric. Now it's time for step 1. The first thing you're going to do is you are going to roll out a long, big piece of paper. Now I've already cut mine, but yours will just be a normal piece of paper. You're going to get your tape measure, and you're going to measure the person you are doing this for. So just for now, I'm going to be doing me. But you are going to take the tape measure, and you're going to measure from the belly button all the way down to the floor. Once you have that measurement, place it in the middle of the paper. Taking your pen or pencil and draw a straight line all the way down the middle. That is going to be the length of your tail. For the next part, take your tape measure again, and just where the belly button is, go all the way around. For me, I am 32 inches, but if it's someone smaller, it may be 17 or 18. Once you have the circumference, put your tape measure in half and see how large it is. For me, it's just about 16.5. Using that measuring, place it up right near where the belly button is and draw a straight line using your pen. Repeat this step over and over again every 4 inches down. So 4 inches down from the belly button is right on the tip of my stomach. Repeat the exact same steps all the way around. 35 inches. Fold in half. And that is 17 inches. Again, same thing. 4 centimeters down. Place it there. Draw a line. 2. Once you have your scissors, you are now going to cut out your tail pattern. This is what it should kind of look like. Since I'm bigger, of course it is bigger. But it's wider at the hips. It kind of goes a little skinnier down just above the knees, a little wider near the knees, and then down to the feet. And yeah, so if you can see already, it's starting to look like a mermaid tail. I've trimmed up a little here, and as you can see, this is my extra add-on to make sure that I have enough room. And that is step 2. Okay, so this is step 3. Now, the first thing I have done is I have placed my towel with the good sides of the towel on the inside. That way I'm not going to ruin my towel fabric when I'm cutting. Now, a good thing to do is what I'm doing here, which is to press out the towel to give it as smooth as possible. There's nothing worse than cutting over a bump, and now you've cut a chunk away from your tail. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be getting our big pattern here. We're going to be pinning it onto the tail. Now, it's very simple. Just get your pins like so. The best thing to do both ends, just so that your pattern is down in the fabric, because you don't want the pattern to roll while you're trying to pin. Now we are going to be working with the fins. So just brush your tail pattern to the side for now, and we will be getting back to that later. So to make the fins, first have your child or you come up with the idea of what your fin would look like. You can use any inspiration you can think of. For me, I am using this doll right here. And as you can see at the bottom, it's got a triangle going down like that, and the fins are relatively kind of small, and they're just hanging out there. And that is what my fin shape looks like. Okay, so now we're going to be placing and pinning the fin. This is my other color. I just got one, and I have folded it in half. As you can see, it's a different color, so it stands out a little more. And I'm going to be placing my fin. Now, if you can see the towel I have here, there are lines going this way. So I would like to place my fin pattern here. So when I cut it out, I have lines following the same way Ariel's tail does. And so all we do now is same thing we've done with the tail, is we just place and pin our fins to the towel. On to step number 8. Now comes either the fun or the scary part. You're going to be cutting your towel fabric. Now, I personally like to add just about an inch when I'm cutting. So if I accidentally mess up, if the size is not right, then I have extra to work with. It's a lot easier to have extra than less and trying to add on. So all you're going to do is you're going to find about an edge, maybe about halfway down, and you got to do big cutting motions. Just so you know, this is what your tail should look like when it has been cut out. As you can see, I have added about an inch onto my pattern, like I said, just so I could make sure that I had extra room. But next step is going to be the fun step. We are now going to be sewing. We are going to start the sewing. Now, the easiest thing to do is to simply do a straight stitch all the way around first. That way, if it is too big or too small, you can just stitch rip the straight stitch and you're fine. If you are happy with your size, just continue on with a zigzag stitch. It will give it a sturdy and strength-wise stitching. It will fold off better when you are. Another tip to keep in mind is when you are sewing your tail, leave about 8 inches at the bottom open. With these 8 inches open, you can then add your side fins on to the tail. So remember when you're sewing to stop just about here. So you have about this much room left that's open. So that's just a step. We are going to be cutting out the fins. So you repeat the exact same way you did before, cutting out the body, but this time you will be cutting out the fins. Do the same by adding about an inch around, and this is a time that you can do to change the shape of the tail if you wish. Remember, once it's cut, that's it, you can't add on. So choose what the fin looks like when it is cut out. As you can see, I decided I wanted a bigger fin, so I added on about an extra centimeter or so all the way around. I also curved it a little more so it wasn't so flat. Okay, so the next part is going to be exactly the same as what we did with the belly, except now we're going to be sewing the fins. What I suggest is to do a simple straight stitch first, and once you feel that you have the size right, continue on with a zigzag stitch. And that is, once you are done, your tail is sort of going to look like this. Now what I have done is I have flipped my fins inside out so they're the good side now. And what I'm going to do is the middle tail is inside out at the moment. What you're going to do is you're going to place your fins inside the tail like so. You can just stuff the ends in, it doesn't particularly matter, but you are going to match up the insides like so. Once the insides are matched up, just do a simple zigzag stitch twice just along to make sure that they stay in place. And that is the next. Okay, so the last step is what I'm doing here. You're going to get your last extra piece of fabric that's on the edge of the open part of the tail. You're going to fold it over, and then you're going to pin it down. Once you've done the pinning, you're going to take it to your sewing machine, and you're going to sew all the way along here. Okay, so thank you very much for watching my tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave it in the comment section, and I will try to get to them as soon as possible. And I hope that your little ones enjoy their brand new tails. So thanks for watching, and bye!